Winning. Okay, jumping into game number 2 between Count on Count and Ghostlake. The score is currently 1-0. For Ghostlake, he did manage to win on a very, very nice map on Watering Hole. It's going to be an Uranus vs Poseidon game on Oasis with Count on Count playing Uranus in the bottom of the map and Ghostlake playing Poseidon in the top of the map. It looks like the forest spawn is a 3 forest spawn. It looks like... No, it's a 2 forest. Is it?
We can check. Yeah, it's 2 forests.
Yeah, two forests.
But check the spawn. Check the spawn of the wood and the gold. Actually, I was watching Count side. Now Ghostlake, he
I think it's fine. Like, he can chuck a temple up, and he can use building placement to defend his gold mine, and also gather wood from the Oasis forest rather than the side forest, which is.
I agree, but there's no tower next to the wood, bottom right, and that's exploitable. That's really easy to exploit.
It's okay. We vetoed the game because.
Yeah, he didn't like his hunt, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's easy to get map screwed, but it's easier to get map screwed in Savannah.
Yeah.
And now Ghostlake hopes for a better map.
We're jumping in again. Map is again Oasis. I just want to talk about how vetoes work, just in case you are new to how this sort of thing works in tournament play. Players can look at a map and decide whether or not it's fair for them, and if they don't like what they see, often it's strategical and map placement, and lots of things can happen. It's like they can say, okay, I don't want to play this map, can we re-roll and get a new map? And that's because all of the maps in Age Mythology are random. And that being the case, you can get some significant map screws, which are imbalanced, and that's why we allow our players to veto maps and whatnot. You see that? Yeah.
I have to go for like 20 minutes to... Yeah, I have to go for like 20 minutes, be right back.
Okay. We can see Ghostlake's managed to get a really nice spawn of gold. Really, it's not a great spawn of the wood. It's okay. It's actually pretty nice. But he's going to have to utilize walls and all that other good stuff in order to defend against the aggression which Count on Count's going to have. Count on Count, on the other hand, actually has a really exposed initial gold mine. He can throw a temple, a manor, and perhaps a barracks or something in order to cut that off. But it looks like he's throwing the temple on the wrong side of his tower. So that's a little bit unfortunate for him. But regardless, I think that it's going to be Ghostlake who's going to be under the pressure early, so he's not going to have any issues with that. That poor gold mine spawn. Just a couple of relics, however, that have been popped up. We see the 10% cavalry speed, the Mithril horseshoes. We also see the ship with the fingernails. So those are some really, and I'm going to keep saying really good relics for both players, because I'm pretty sure Mithril Horseshoes affects Terma. I could be wrong, but it definitely affects Hippicon, which is something that Ghostlake's going to be definitely using in this game. And the Ship of the Fingernails, obviously, is basically a free villager. It's plus 0.4 food per second, which is, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's equal to one villager without hunting dogs hunting without any walking distance. So it's really good. It's sort of like the Flood of the Nile technology for the ISIS player. And we just set standard age up for our Poseidon player. He's not doing anything crazy. He's not getting he's not doing like a really fast uptime. We do see Uranus player also not doing anything too crazy. He's going to be hitting the classical age at about 4 minutes and 30 seconds to Prometheus. Poseidon player is probably going to go maybe 5 minutes 15, maybe 5 minutes. He doesn't have his temple up yet. He hasn't started building it, so he's definitely not concerned about that at the moment. And it's nice of his lure to be pulling one of those giraffes, especially because it's so far away. Unfortunately for Ghostlake, his giraffes, I can't. Well, he does actually have two, but they're in a bit of open space, which Count on Count can probably more than easily do anything. I can't focus at the moment. I'm gonna be right back. Sorry, I've got to go and do something. My head's spinning. Maybe I'm just sleeping or something. But I'll be right back. Sorry, Zuda. I'm just dying. Can you take over or something? Just do whatever. I'll be right back.
So while the both of those are gone, I guess I'll just give a quick update on the overall status of the tournament right now. Count Von Count beat Negia in the first round 2-0 to advance into the semifinals, and we had two no-shows today, Highlander and Nigam, so their opponents, Brickhead and TheMista, automatically advanced to the semifinals. The prize pool for this tournament is $200. The winner wins $100, second place gets $50, and the third and fourth place people each get $25. So there's a little bit of money at stake. Just getting through the first round automatically secures you at least $25. So the people playing the semifinal here have that, and for the most part, you know, I haven't played that much Age of Mythology, so I can't really comment on strategy. It does look like there's going to be quite a bit of pressure, though, with Terma and Prometheans coming up here. And as BoIt was mentioning earlier in the game, it's mostly going to be being able to defend this wood spawn with heroes, centaurs, and hippocons that are probably going to make or break the game. One other thing that I want to mention is that we also have TheMista here off and on. He's been doing some helping with the casting, so big shout out to BoIt, Mista, all the players, everyone for showing up and making this tournament a success. So I think I hear BoIt returning. Hopefully he should be back pretty quick. And
okay.
Speak of the devil, here he is.
Okay, I'm back. I apologize for that. My head just started spinning and I needed to like breathe. For some reason I couldn't do anything. Okay. What's happened? It looks like the Ghostlake's walled up and he's just riding his centaur around. He's gonna lose that because he's not that fast. Okay, so Therma's just gonna be pressuring this wood location of Ghostlake. Ghostlake's gonna have a bit of a rough time doing this, however. But Count Von Count doesn't really have any army over here, so he's just going to retreat out of there, lose his Prometheans. That's okay. He's okay with that. He's just putting pressure on at the moment. He's trying to raid from every angle possible, but Ghostlake's just really using his buildings in quite a strong way. His building placement, like, it stops the attack areas, so he's makes Count Von Count focus on the areas that Ghostlake wants him to focus on. And that's a good thing, because as we know, Greek is really strong when their army are grouped up as opposed to split up, which is what Count Von Count wants. Count Von Count wants Ghostlake to move his army around as much as possible. A little bit of fight going over here, picking up one of those Terma and one of those Prometheans. Two of those Terma are actually on a Promethean, so that's going to be good for Ghostlake. Ghostlake actually losing only one Hippocon for the trade of 3 Terma and a Promethean. I think Ghostlake just needs to retreat back now. There's no point in continuing to fight this because Count Von Count can just continue to hit and run. But looks like Count Von Count's scared of just the 2 Hippocon, which is a little bit of a issue. I don't know why. He could probably turn around and fight that and kill them, but he might lose a couple too many Terma. Maybe he's just happy to waste Ghostlake's time running around. after him. And we see more villagers getting pumped out for Aranos player Count on Count. He's just trying to boom up and utilize his economy in the correct way. Can I just talk to Apex Killer? I'm struggling to breathe because I woke up at 3 a.m. to do this, so just chill. Anyways, Count on Count, just running in, pushing Ghostlake off wood and all that other junk. He's got one straggler tree though, and he's got a backwood which you can use once that second town center of Ghostlake gets up. So Ghostlake's sitting in a really good position now because he's got that defendable position that he had in the first game. The only issue now is that Ghostlake has to... The issue he's got now is Ghostlake has to like secure a second gold mine, which is okay. I think he might be able to. Apparently, Count on Count's having lag. I don't know what to do about it, but
there's not much we really can do when we're 9 minutes into the game.
Right. I'm sure it's not that bad. Like, I don't see any red. Oh, I guess it could be me. Oh, yeah, Count on Count's lagging. I don't know if it's him. I think it is him. I don't think it's me because we were fine beforehand and nothing changed. Anyways, Ghostlake casting Ceasefire because of some reason. Because the Terminator are just running into the middle of the base, I don't see any reason to cast Ceasefire on that, but that's okay. This just means he's not going to be able to use Ceasefire when he moves out to his second gold mine. Ghostlake now walling off a second segment of the map. He's going to be attempting to utilize that to get his second gold mine up and all that other good junk like that. A couple of farms up starting to go off for Ghostlake as well, so he's gearing up to transition into that really food heavy based economy so he can produce a lot of units, a lot of food heavy units, and get to the heroic age at a reasonable time. You see that Count on Count now also producing his second town center. It's a little bit behind the norm of what I see by Aranos players, but that's okay. He's probably just focusing a little bit too much on running around and all that other stuff. Medium term, I'm just getting left there for no apparent reason. Just going to be running them around and focusing on making Ghostlake like run them around. He's just distracting Ghostlake and then Count on Count managing to pick off one of those villagers who was building that wall up to secure the second gold mine. So all in all, Count on Count's controlling this game relatively well. But Ghostlake... Is Ghostlake going to be taking that side gold mine? Or he's going to be building a town center? Looks like Ghostlake's going for a third town center really early, which I don't know whether I like or not. It's not like the town center sort of secures the gold mine, but not quite because it's sort of out of position. And he's going to have to move over and defend against a push of constant hit and run, which is going to be an issue because there's not much that a Zeus player can do about hit and run. But he's going to grab that gold mine over on the left, and he's going to be more than happy with that because all of Count on Count's Herma are over on the right hand side of the map instead of pressuring on that gold mine. And if Ghostlake can secure this gold mine, then he can focus on preparing to get to the Mythic Age to deal with Count on Count's Titan Gate or early Titan. Shockwave going down onto the villages of Ghostlake, but that's not really going to do anything apart from slow down the build time of the town center. But that's going to get up, and it's going to be good for Ghostlake getting his third town center up. Also, Count on Count getting his third town center up. So both players are relatively on the same line of thought and also at the same point in the game, both getting their stuff at the same time, which is always a good thing. Nice raids coming over onto the top gold mine of Ghostlake, not managing to pick off a villager, but there's a couple of idle villagers of Ghostlake, unfortunately. He's managing to fix them up right there. And all Ghostlake needs to do at the moment is just chase those 5 harassing terms around and do what they can. And getting this side town center actually did more than I thought it would. It's actually cutting off the route in which Count on Count can move his army around. Because now if he wants to move his army around to the right-hand side of the map, he has to go via the town center fire and the army of Ghostlake. So now Ghostlake can sit in the gap between his town center and his gold mine and force Count on Count to go through there. And then all Ghostlake has to do is wall off the top. Finish that wall that he started at the top, and his gold mine's going to be safe. And he's actually got 2 back gold mines there. So now all in my opinion, Ghostlake has to do is play really solidly, not fight any silly fights, and then he could potentially take this game late game and get those Heliopoli out, get those Colossi out, get Bellerophon, and it's not much that an Atlantean army can do now. We do see... Do we see it? No, we don't. We don't see it. We don't see it. We don't even see an armory. I thought that Count on Count might have been going to the Heroic Age by now, but not yet. And the Murmillo and Medium Timer, it looks like Count on Count's just continually trying to put pressure on, but at the present time he's going to be getting his army into an extremely exposed spot, and I feel like Ghostlake's army at the present can combat that without losing too many of his own, and if he continues to produce units, stables, and all that other stuff, then he's going to be able to deal with Count on Count in a really easily, in a good way. Like, there's not much he can do. The armory is now going up for Ghostlake. Is there an armory up for Count on Count? Yeah. Looks like it's not. In any case, looks like the gold mine's been pushed off for the time being. Hells is dealing with this split up army of Count on Count, just picking off what he can. And unfortunately, Ghostlake's armory didn't get up, so he's not unlocked the ability to go to the Heroic Age just yet. And if his armory gets picked off, then he's gonna have to start it again. But looks like Count on Count doesn't care enough. Does not care enough. And there's just like raids going on everywhere, and I can't focus on it. Okay. And there's a Murmillo picking off the wall, and there's all this other stuff going on, and I just don't know what to say. When's Mr. getting back? Mr. help me. Help me.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, he's back! Yes! Help me! Okay, so in my opinion... Huh?
I just got back, like I had to go pick my girlfriend.
Okay. Basically what's been happening here is Ghostlake's managed to secure a position where he's got gold mines and he's got 3 town centers, and he's not anywhere in or any shape behind, so he's got the ability to continue pushing this game late in a position that he wants to be into. There's not much really...
Why didn't Von Count veto them up? He saw one big wood line. It's what I told you, like there's 2 places to raid only. So it doesn't matter the low hand.
It's all comes down to the fact that this map is too hard.
So from what I see, Ghostlake is doing the mistake of not adding hoplites again. Why is he doing that again? He's not learning from his mistakes, it seems.
He's playing Poseidon. It's a trap. Whenever you play Poseidon, you're like, oh, I got cheap cavalry. I need to build cavalry.
Yeah, actually, it's a big trap because a lot of people fall on that. But you need to make some hoplites. Like hoplites are really, really, really good.
They're like one of the. I think they're one of the more underrated units at the moment. I remember back in. I don't know if you played then, but when AOM King was top of the ladder, like he just did nothing but hoplite, toxie-toes, and he could just kill everyone.
Hoplites and toxo only is good when you're fighting. It's not good when you're playing against raid wars. Like on Aum, there's no Atlantean, so there's no Ranos, so there's no Turma and Mirmilo, and Ranos has fast Turma and Mirmilo. So basically, you don't need to make that many hippicons unless you're playing against chariots. That's why making only hoplites is good. Now, in AOT, when you're playing against Tyrannos and all of his units are more than 5 speed, then you're like, okay, I need fast units, so hippicons are good. But you need hoplites to get fights, to win fights, and a lot of Atlanteans will try to goal control you or will try to trade armies with you. And if you have hoplites, they won't trade efficiently.
Right. And that's just because there's no real counter apart from Chariot Ballista, which are extremely expensive and
extremely expensive and slow.
They die really easily.
And slow. That's the main disadvantage.
Yeah.
So if he makes Kiro Ballista, then suddenly he loses his advantage on raiding, because you have Hippicons, and if he doesn't have a lot of Turma and a lot of Mirmilo and Turma, then suddenly he doesn't have enough to raid.
Yeah. It's a good choice to get hoplites in this matchup. It's just it really controls the pace, and you can dominate the army like that. But the biggest issue with this map right now is that there's a bit of a stalemate, and Hecate is getting researched by Count on Count, but by the same token, so is Artemis. So Earthquake can come in and knock out a Titan Gate without any issues, which it looks like that's what Ghostlake's going to be aiming to do. Even if he doesn't need to, because he can get out his Mythic Age hero. It's actually not that strong though, is it?
No, it's Polyphemus. He's good at tanking. Like he has more HP than Bellerophon, and he's a bit of effective against mid units, but he's extremely slow, and he's not as good as Perseus at counter units, and like mid unit, because Perseus, he has the typical Medusa's head and he instantly kills a mid unit, and he doesn't have the Bellerophon mobility.
Yeah.
He's something like a tank. You just make him in order to keep him in a fight and attract a lot of damage.
Right, so it just seems like a bit of a stalemate at the moment. I'm interested to see whether Ghostlake is getting Titans. He's actually getting Titans before the Uranus play, which is he's not. 6 of the Titans is 50%, 55% complete for the Uranus player, only 25% complete for Ghostlake. So again, Ghostlake's countering count on count strategy just by racing to the Titan Age at the same point as what count on count's doing. And now there's a bit of a fight going on over here with Shockwave getting pushed onto Ghostlake. So Ghostlake's actually pretty happy just to retreat out of this location here now and regroup his army, because Shockwave's down, and it's a good thing. Tartarian getting pushed out now. I don't think that this fight is good for... I don't know. It looks like Count on Count's panicking a little bit and moving into here, and he's like, I need to finish the game now. And at least put a lot of pressure onto Ghostlake so he can get his Titan Gate out.
His Titan Gate is not in a really good position in my opinion, because he should
his
have
Titan
made
Gate's
it.
dead.
Oh shit.
He used Earthquake onto the Titan Gate. He thought he had it protected with the Hesperid's trees, but Hesperid's trees aren't... Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it's my turn. And we have a GG, right? Or not?
Not just yet. It looks like Count on Count's staying in the game for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
but
it's not easy to just leave a game when you're playing for a tournament. You will try as hard as you can.
Yeah. And the Titan Gate for Ghostlake's now going up. This flood is gonna...
If you're going for a Titan Gate and you're playing against Earthquake, you need to make your Titan Gate in the edge of the map. At the edge of the map, and make 2 Spherides trees in front of your Titan Gate, and then he can't Earthquake.
That's actually really smart. I've never thought about that. This is why you are the best, and I'm the worst.
Like, it's mainly because of the small area. It's not you understand what I mean? Spherides is fully protected.
Looks like Count on Count is going to do a sort of a side attack with destroyers. He's throwing up a palace on the right hand side of the map, and he's getting some destroyers out and picking off the walls. But I don't think even if the destroyers do come into the Titan Gate, then I don't think that he's going to be able to stop that. Ghostlake's just going to retreat back here. He's able to continue pushing into this game and win this game at the moment. He needs to get out of Fortress and perhaps start building some Helioply as well, and that'll secure the game. Although there was some Chimera rating, which I didn't actually see, but unfortunately they're going to get picked off by destroyers. But Ghostlake has managed to see what's actually going to happen over there. Fortunately, Ghostlake's reacting to that with Toxotos, which doesn't seem like the smartest choice, considering Toxotos don't deal any significant damage to destroyers because they have 74 pierce armor. It would be more smart to use some Hypaspist instead and pick off those destroyers, which it looks like he's sending over at the moment. He's sending over his Atlanta and heavy Hypaspist and the medium Hipicons. But he's definitely going to take a significant amount of damage to that Titan Gate. It's not going to die, but it's not going to... Actually, it's not even going to take any damage. It's just going to continue to go up, which is a little bit crazy. And it looks like the Titan Gate's just going to continue to go up while the push is still happening. So Ghostlake's still managing to push, even though this Titan Gate's under a bit of aggression. And Count sitting in this position here. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to push back. He's trying to get out some of those fire sirens and destroyers and kill off the watchtowers and the buildings of what Ghostlake has. But Ghostlake just playing so flawlessly this game, managing to get to the point that he needs to be in order to counter what an Uranus player's got. So his kit's been really nice. He's got his Titan Gate out, which looks awfully a lot like Cerberus. Three-headed dog. Gonna be able to run around and kill some stuff. It's just so he's gonna move around, kill some stuff, win the game. I don't think that Count can really deal with the Titan. I don't think he has the resources or the army to deal with it. Even if he heroizes.
And you take the upgrades.
Yeah, he's only got some copper upgrades and doesn't really have anything else in Count's favor. Whereas Ghostlake's got the same sort of upgrades, just copper upgrades. But yeah, Ghostlake's just going to use his Titan to pick off town centers.
Ghostlake is not maxed, but there is nothing like Ghostlake. His economy is not that good. Ghostlake's economy, not that Von Count's economy is good. Now, all his gold villagers are where the Titan is. I don't know about the option to send the Titan to kill the town center. He could clear the army and then go for the DC, or even stop him from mining gold and then go for the TC. Or if he goes for a TC, yeah, actually, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no way that Von Count can turn this around. The Titan won't die. Even if Ghostlake deletes all his villagers, he will still win.
It's just got to that point that Count Von Count's got very little that he can do. Even if he had all the resources, I don't even know if he could stop Ghostlake. If he had like an army of Arcus maybe and could heroize them, and he could pick off the Titan because it's extremely out of position at the moment, but he just doesn't. And Ghostlake can just keep on flooding units in and stopping any sort of just stop anything really from happening. And he's just going to continue to move around and pick off town centers and make Count Von Count's life really difficult. Count Von Count's trying to get his town centers back up, but really he's just going to lose it instantly again when it gets back up, because Titan's just going to waddle over there with his 3.75 speed. I could swear Titans were faster. Yeah. I could swear Titans were faster than 3.75.
No, they're as fast as villagers.
Right.
A bit faster than villagers, I think.
Yeah. And Ghostlake's just throwing up guard towers to add insult to injury. He's like, yeah, I'm so far ahead that I can afford these and you can't, so I'm going to chuck them up in your face. See what you can do against that. Now Count on Count sitting at 0 TC count. He is rebuilding his town centers, but he doesn't have the economy to sacrifice that much villager time to continue building those up. Looks like a little bit of a skirmish going on again in the middle of the map. It's just Ghostlake pushing through and just killing count on count slowly. It's one of those slow deaths, unfortunately. Just count on count doesn't want to give in, but he can't really stop Ghostlake from doing anything, and yeah.
And the game is pretty much over. It's all about one count resigning. I don't know how the game started, but I bet that one count didn't get 3 town centers after like 12 or 15 units, right?
He got them pretty quick, but it was like on par with when Ghostlake got them. Like they both got them at the same time. So. And Count is now sitting at 1 town center, 3 town centers, and Ghostlake might as well just send over like 10 villages just to grab that town center that he just knocked down. There's no sense in not doing it, and Count on Count finally resigning. GG 2-0.